Hi guys, it's Abby. Welcome back. This video is on Rahu in Taurus and Ketu in Scorpio. Please click on my lunar node playlist and go see the introduction video to the lunar nodes to get a much better understanding. Rahu again is the north node of the moon and Ketu is the south node of the moon. Rahu is our white whale, Ketu is our white elephant. What does that mean? Rahu is the thing that we chase and get obsessive about, and we really want to possess and we can't catch it. And Ketu is the thing that we are given that we don't want because it's more of a burden to us than a gift. So when we have Rahu in Taurus, this is actually a great placement for Rahu because Rahu naturally just morphs. It's like a boggart from Harry Potter, which was this thing that would come out of like a hiding place and then immediately morph into the greatest fear of the person standing in front of it. Rahu isn't actually that morbid. It's just that has that same chameleon quality in that it will take on the characteristics of any planet that it is in conjunction with and the ruler of the sign that it is in. But in Taurus, it's actually quite comfortable, and I'll explain why. Rahu itself wants to accumulate. It wants material gain, anything in the material world. So it wants anything that has to do with money, success, wealth, lovers, anything really. It depends on the placement. This is general interpretation. All planets that are conjunct Rahu or facing Rahu or, in aspect with it, skew Rahu. But if Rahu is just in Taurus, this is where Rahu can actually calm down because it gets really obsessive. It can calm down in Taurus because Taurus is the sign of slow and steady accumulation in the material world. So Rahu gets what it wants steadily. So it's no longer ferocious. It only gets ferociously hungry. It's the head of the dragon, right? It's got no stomach, so it just eats and eats and eats. But it only gets that ferocious when it's not getting any gains. So Taurus sort of naturally collapses the space between what Rahu wants and what Rahu gets. And that's a beautiful thing for Rahu. Taurus and Scorpio is the axis of power and control. So Taurus itself is mastery of the material plane. Taurus wants all things material, including money, and it just wants a slow, steady accumulation of it. This is what makes Taurus feel powerful and in control, and it's a self-preserving sign, so it's concerned with the self. Scorpio, on the other hand, wants power and control in the 4D, not the 3D world, but the 4D. It also represents physical and emotional intimacy. Scorpio itself becomes obsessed with control and power because it feels like it's giving up its power, because you do, in a sense, give up part of you when you're in an intimacy with someone. Scorpio wants the power in the 4D. So what is the 4D? This is the astral plane. The fourth dimension is time-space. It's the time-space continuum. This is where our energetic bodies reside. So our chakra systems, our chi, when we do Reiki, we're performing it on the astral body. When people do astrology, psychic readings, tarot card readings, oracle card readings, any metaphysics whatsoever has to do with reading 4D energy. It's limited in that way because when you get up to the 5D, which is the soul level, it's beyond the time-space continuum. Everything's happening at the same point in time and space, so you have access to everything immediately. That's soul level, and that's what you get to when you're practicing presence, right? And that is the unmanifested. Okay, so that is pure potential. The 4D is one strand of time and space. So when you have a psychic or a tarot card reader do something for you, they're just reading the certain strand of time that you're on. So the 4D is limited, but this is where Scorpio's reign is. This is what Scorpio wants. Scorpio wants power and control in the 4D, which is the astral level. So this looks like mastering occult stuff. Interest in astrology, psychics, tarot card readers. They have interest in the life-death cycle. So the astral body eventually dies, right? The astral body dies when the physical body dies. Unless we're talking about ghosts. Ghosts might be astral bodies that separated from the physical body, but didn't yet go back to the unmanifested, aka source. I don't know, but it's a possibility. All that stuff, that supernatural stuff, anything occult really interests Scorpio. That is Scorpio's realm. So when Ketu is in Scorpio, Ketu is the stuff that we don't want. And the reason is because we've mastered it in a past incarnation. So in a past life, if you believe in such things, you mastered that. If you don't believe in past lives, Ketu is where you're just like, I don't want it. No. Now, what happens according to law of attraction when you want something really bad? When you want something, you keep it away from you, right? That's your Rahu. You want it so bad, you can't manifest it very easily. Your Ketu is the thing that you could not care less about. So what happens? You manifest it easily. When you have Ketu in Scorpio, you end up having natural interest and high levels of skills in fourth dimensional stuff. That means astrology, psychology, psychic powers. Very good probably at maybe doing like mediumship, channeling, anything of that nature you're going to be rather good at. You also may have the not so good part come up. Other thing that Scorpio represents is entanglements with other people's money. So Scorpio Taurus is also a financial axis. Taurus is the money and property and things that we personally own. So they don't have anything to do with anybody else. We've accumulated them on our own. Scorpio is the money that is entangled with someone else. So inheritances, government stuff like taxes, loans with financial institutions, money that you received through your marriage. So your in-laws' money, your husband or wife's money. When you have Ketu and Scorpio, you tend to be quite good at handling that stuff. It's just that you don't want to. The thing about Scorpio as well, which is similar to Ketu, is that it's highly destructive. So Rahu is trying to take from the unmanifested and bring it down into the manifested. Ketu is trying to take the manifested and let go of it so it goes back up into the unmanifested. Remember, Ketu is the dragon's tail, so it's just elimination. It just doesn't want to retain. It's like a Teflon pan. It's nonstick. Get off of me. So this can be a rather destructive placement for Ketu because Scorpio gets obsessive naturally. It's just it's a trait of Scorpio because it is a fixed sign and it's a water sign to hold on to emotions. It holds on to the fourth dimension, which is also where emotions reside. Its waters run very deep. And Scorpio, its original ruler is Mars, which is obviously the planet of aggression and war. And then Pluto is the modern ruler, and that's the planet of transformation and destruction. So either way you slice it, Scorpio itself enjoys destruction of the material world. The reason that Scorpio enjoys destruction of the material world is because it only concerns itself with the fourth dimension, which is not material. It is emotions, thoughts, the astral plane. Ketu likes to destroy things just because that's what Ketu does. So put the two together, you can get some serious destruction going on. And with a bad placement, you can even get someone who is destructive towards other people or their physical selves. So there could be physical harm to themselves or others. What you can do here to sort of balance your Ketu and Rahu out, which I do go over in the intro video in this series, if you check that out, is you have to collapse time and space in both of them. And this is how you do it. You have to accept where your Ketu is, what you're manifesting there. So in this case, Scorpio is going to be manifesting occult things and intimacy and destructive tendencies. Now, acceptance does not mean liking something. It doesn't mean condoning something. Accepting something means saying, it is what it is. I'm not going to pretend like it's not. Rahu is the illusion. So Rahu is always trying to get you to look over there at something that's not real. You've got to be like, you know what? That's not real. This is what's actually happening right now. I accept that this is my reality. Once you accept your reality, you can take concrete steps to change it. So in the case of Ketu and Scorpio, there can be a lot of negative vibes, so to speak, going on. But this is a really highly skilled placement for having psychic abilities. So as long as you're not using them against other people or trying to, let's say, use astrology and psychology and magic, like, Wiccan and stuff, witchcraft, to try and penetrate someone else's experience, because Scorpio has the tendency to get that way, get really like controlling and obsessive. That control is an illusion, because you can't actually penetrate someone else's energy field. They can play with you, so you can have a back and forth dance with someone, and that back and forth dance can be very dramatic. It can be very destructive, but it's not, you can never actually penetrate someone else's energy field. The energy field is ultimately the soul. The soul is its own unique drop of source. It can't be altered. It's forever. It's eternal. It's all powerful. It's all knowing. You can't do anything to that. So the Scorpio sense of control is an illusion when they look outside of themselves and push their energy, their astral energy, out of their body. When you keep your astral energy in your body as Scorpio, you become very controlled, disciplined, powerful, and magnetic. So you end up drawing everything to you as long as you're not pushing your energy out onto other people. Your Rahu and Taurus can just do its thing. It's going to accumulate steadily anyway. The only times you're going to have problems with Rahu and Taurus is, again, if it has a bad placement with a different planet, like Saturn or something like that, or if your Ketu is all out of whack. If your energy is totally focused on someone else and revenge and destruction, you're not going to be able to enjoy the slow and steady accumulation of wealth that your Rahu and Taurus is going to provide for you. So that's it, guys. That's Rahu and Taurus and Ketu and Scorpio. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Bye.